Hello everybody, welcome to the modding video for Resident Evil 1 Remake Remaster. Get my stuff open here. So we got the install directory for the game here. This is just mods I'm going to go over in this folder, and then all the written information. So in this video we'll be setting up mods for Resident Evil 1 Remake Remaster. Any links that are covered in this video will be in the description below. So let's get to it here. So the first category for mods we'll go over is technical or configuration type related mods. The first thing is a complete 100% save that you can get on the Nexus mods. I'm not using this on my playthrough, and I don't recommend you use it either on your first playthrough, but I still wanted to include this. It unlocks all the modes in the game, all the costumes and all the weapons, everything. It's 100% cleared. And the modes that it does unlock, there's a special mode that activates in this game when you beat it with Jill and Chris, called ODZ, or One Dangerous Zombie mode. So this turns a zombie, I'll leave him nameless just to not spoil anything for people that don't know or haven't played this game. But there's a zombie that becomes active, and he basically has grenades strapped to his whole body. And if he gets close enough to you, he'll kill himself and blow everything else up. And if you try to shoot and kill him, you'll just do the same thing. He's basically unkillable. And once he's unlocked, that mode cannot be turned on or off. It's on all the time. And this save does include that mode active, so be aware that if you use this save, you're going to run into that, and there's no way to disable it. He shows up in, from what I do know about it, my experience, he shows up in random rooms, but they may not be random, but you're not going to know where he is. He'll just be there. And it can be really annoying on consecutive playthroughs that you have to deal with him. So if you use this save, that's going to be on. If you want to avoid this happening on your own save, what you need to do is you need to have a save file for Jill and a separate save file for Chris, so that you don't beat the game with both of them on the same file, because that's what unlocks it. Just have two separate profile saves for each character, and that's how you can avoid it. So I'm not saying, yeah, go cheat, I'm just providing a link. You can get this on the Nexus mods, which is a legit site I use for pretty much every game that has mods. The other one being ModDB, Mod Database. So that's the first one I wanted to cover. And when you look at it, this is basically what you're going to download if you get it. You're going to get this folder and a README. It says the game, this is written by the author of the mod. This game is done 100% in the mod. It means invisible opponents. There's an invisible zombie mode. All 12 endings are unlocked, which also means all of their cutscene credits and stuff will be visible in video mode. The key to the cloakroom, there's a closet key you get. That's where you access hidden extra outfits for your characters. Unlocked all the costumes for Chris and Jill, samurai blade gun, and the rocket launcher weapon with infinite ammo are unlocked. He doesn't mention the one dangerous zombie, but it's active. And so basically, this is where you're going to be looking to find this folder, 3044240. You go into Steam. I will show you here. Go to my Steam, and then it was user data, and you're going to have a single folder. Here's the path for me, D, Steam, user data. Your number may be different than mine, but inside of here, you should be able to find, look for 304, there it is. So that's the folder. Go in there. Now you can see the folder structure is matching. And the save in this game is biodata.bin. You also need this too, though. You basically want everything inside it. This folder, this file, and the file in there, all that together. You would basically be in here and you would drag and copy this in, but, you know, back up your stuff first. So that's how you get to the save and how you use the save. The next section here is a trainer mod that you can use. I will show a visual example on how to use this mod at the end of the video. I'll go in the game and bring it up and show it to you. I lost my save long ago for this game, so I'll be starting a clean save file. I am using the trainer in my playthrough, so I can use the modded outfits without having to unlock them first. Take a sip of water. Okay. And also I'm using the trainer to speed up door transitions. Please see door skip mod, that's the next thing coming. Yes, I'm not using any cheats for health or ammo, one-shot kills, any of that stuff. I'm simply using it so that I can wear outfits that I want to wear when I play this game. And use something to speed up the door opening transitions, which we're going to get into here. In my playthrough, though, I've decided I'm going to play Jill first, and I will play Chris second. And funny enough, I really don't like Chris as a character. I think he's probably the best he's ever been, though, in Resident Evil 1 HD Remake. But I've never actually beaten this game with Chris. I've beaten it with Jill all the times I've played. But I do want to play both characters because, you know, it's slight differences in the story and what plays out. So those are my reasons for using the trainer. The trainer is available at Nexus Mods as well. You're going to see me using a lot of these tinyurl.com links instead of just linking it to something that says Nexus Mods or Nexus.com. I'm just trying to consolidate text, basically, and descriptions and everything. So I convert really long links or links that can be shortened to these tiny URLs. I'm not trying to send you somewhere suspicious. It'll take you where it needs to take you. Go to tinyurl.com and you can learn more about it. So check in the trainer. So, right, there's a door skip option in the trainer. And it doesn't skip the door animation completely. It shows it briefly. There's a standalone door skip mod. And let me show you the trainer. The trainer is just how it looks physically in a file. It's just an executable you run. You run it first or after you start the game. That's what that file looks like. Now we're talking about the door skip mod. If you have the trainer mod that I listed above, there's the door skip feature built into that trainer. It doesn't completely skip the door animation. It speeds it way up and you still see the door briefly. The door skip mod completely skips the animation so you don't see the door at all. Just the black screen transition. I've not compared actual time it takes to open and pass through the door between the two mod options. In my playthrough, I am going to use the trainer mod for door skipping because I don't mind seeing and showing the door for a short while each time it is opened. It's just collectively throughout the game, it's going to add a lot of length to the playthrough, just sitting and waiting for all the different door animations to open and close. So I was going to link to the Nexus mods for this standalone door skip mod. The mod is not there anymore, though. It was taken down. I don't know why. It's just not an active page anymore. So I'd give credit if I knew the mod maker. I don't remember who they are. If you do, please let me know in the description so I can give them credit. Just know that I did not make this mod. So here's a link to the Nexus mod that used to be there. This is going to be the original link in case it ever reappears. So if you want to use the door skip, pick either the trainer mod option above or the standalone mod. And I'm going to provide the mod here, which is this here. And unfortunately, that's all I have. I don't even have a README in here to give any credit or nothing. I tried even looking just on Google alone to try to get to the page where, or a page where it's at, and I can't find it. So I put this, it's a scripts folder with this file in it, as well as it comes with this DLL file. So I've put these items into a RAR file or a zip, and this link is going to take you to my personal Google Drive so that you can get the standalone version, and it still works. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not sure why it was removed. But basically decide, because the trainer is going to give you a lot more other features as well. This is just for door skipping. But decide if you want to use the trainer door skip option to briefly show the door, which I'll show you an example of too, if I remember to, when we go in the video. I think we need to go into it for this game, yeah. So I can show you how the trainer works. I will try to show how the door skip transition works. Both ways, I guess. I can demonstrate both. I'll just have to quit, edit, and come back. Because I can't switch between the two mods with the game running. It's not a big deal, though. So decide if you want to use the trainer and have a slight door visible every time you do it, or do you want to use the standalone door skip mod, which has no configuration at all. You just drag and drop these files into your, right in here, into your Resident Evil Biohazard HD Remastered folder that has the executable. You just drag and drop these two in there, and when you walk through doors, they're instantaneously. The reason the door animations were there is so that they looked cool, but they're mainly there for loading times, because this game originally came out on the GameCube, which was a disc-based system, so there would have been load times, and that's how they hid the loads. But nowadays, computers are so powerful, and playing on PC, you don't have a load time anyway. So the animation is really basically useless. It just looks cool the first few times, and then you get annoyed with it. So that covers that. Okay, the next thing is a hide mouse cursor. I will also show an example of this. If you have and use a program called AutoHotkey, it's a key binding software. This is a script to hide the mouse cursor after 2 seconds of not moving the mouse, because Resident Evil 1 Remake does not hide your mouse. It's always visible on the screen, which is annoying, and I do not know, especially with the remaster of the Remake, why they still did not, put the simple code in there to hide the cursor. I think to do that in programming, it's like really a single line of code is all you need to make something hide, or like games that don't let you move the mouse off the screen or whatever. But anyway, this is a simple script. I'll include a TXT with it to explain how to adjust the timing so that you can make it hide it quicker, or wait longer to time it to hide. And this works for any game on PC that doesn't hide the cursor. It's not just for Resident Evil 1. So this is going to be as well linked on to my Google Drive, and I will show you. It's the RAR that it comes in. It's here's the README. Yeah, when playing RE HD in full screen, the game doesn't hide the mouse cursor. This will do that for you. It just is annoying to me. Yes, you can put it in the bottom right corner, your cursor, but one way or another it will show itself. In my case, sometimes I actually use a round cursor, so it's pretty visible to me, even if you put it down in the bottom corner. How it works after leaving the cursor idle for 5 seconds. That's the default. I think I have this on 5. I'm going to have to extract it. It will hide itself when you use the mouse cursor. When you use your mouse again, the cursor will just come back. What you need, you will need to download AutoHotkey. Here's a link to the website. It's free. It's free and simple to use. If you understand batch files or scripts, things like that, this is the same kind of stuff. The files will be .ahk AutoHotkey, and this mod is adjustable. If you right-click the .ahk and select Edit Script, it will open in Notepad in Windows. Let me show you that while I'm talking about it. I'm just going to drag it into my folder here. Close this. So you right-click on this file. If you just double-click it, it's going to run, and then it goes down into the taskbar as an icon. So you don't want to double left-click it. You want to right-click it and go to Properties, and then it will open up, not Properties, Edit Script, and it will open itself into Notepad. And you don't need to understand all of this stuff. This is just all the code that makes it work. All you need to know about is this line up here. This is the important line. So last move plus 5 seconds, 5,000. And what you need to change right here is change, this part right here is not, it's commented out. That's what the colon or semicolon is indicating there. It's this right here is what you want to mess with. So if you want it to do 2 seconds, which is what I use, then change it to 2,000. If you wanted it to be after 10 seconds, change it to 10,000. So 15 seconds would be 1 5 and 3 zeros. If you did 1500, that would be 1.5 seconds. I just like 2, so I'm going to keep it on 2000. And then you save your edit and double click it, and it will pop up down here as a green H, like I say here. This represents the 5 seconds. Keep running. Yes, keep running. When you run the .ahk after installing AutoHotkey, it will show up down in the right corner of the taskbar as a green H. You can right-click it there as well for more options. If you edit anything while it is running, you will need to probably reload the script. So right-click, you can suspend it, meaning it won't be active, but it'll stay open. You can come back and unsuspend it to activate it again. Pause the script, edit the script, and reload. So if you edit it because it's not working or you want to adjust the time, it'll reopen it. It's trying to use a different notepad for me, so I'm just going to do it manually again. It will open it automatically here again, and you can change it, resave it, come down here, right click and reload, and then it will take the new timer. So that is all the mouse cursor option is, and it's what it's for. It's just to hide the cursor so that it doesn't appear on your screen or whatever. Still, if you bump it, you know, beside you, it's going to jostle it and make it come alive again. But okay, so the next thing is the README. Okay, I don't know what you're trying to do there, but you're screwing me up. I just lost my notes. So let me get back into them. Notes, games, working, Resident Evil, modding. Okay, so that covers that. Like I said, it's on my Google Drive for the mouse cursor. And then I wanted to link these two things at the end. The Nexus Mods main page for Resident Evil mods. You can find other games on there. And also the Resident Evil modding boards. This is like the official place besides the Nexus to get Resident Evil mods. You can get through into different forums there. That they have them all separated by the game names, like, you know, Resident Evil 1 through 8. The remakes, all those, you can pick them, and then you can look at visual mods, technical mods, audio mods, all that. So the next category we have is going to be graphics mods. So I'll go into those. So this mod is a player outfit in models mod. Useful, or not mod, it's a text document. Useful for knowing which files to replace to use outfit mods. So let me find it, this here. So this is a link, once again, didn't say it, my Google Drive. So it's a link just to a text file on my Google Drive, which is this file here. And let me check something. Okay, so you got the normal player outfit, and then you have the event cutscenes. They're separate. There's different files depending on which is being used for what. So like Jill's default stars outfit, that file in the folder structure here for that is pl player 01.arc, ARC. And the companion file for when she looks the same way in the cutscenes would be this file, EP, I guess event player 01. So it follows the same number. So here you got Richard. He's not playable, he's just an NPC, but EP07 and then PL07. So these are the files you would need to replace based on what the mod's outfit replaces, because, you know, for Jill you've got the stars outfit, you've got her RE3 skirt outfit, the outfit that looks like she's Connor from Resident Evil, her BSAA, and then Chris and all his stuff. And then also how you want unplayable characters like Wesker and Barry to look, you know. So these are the physical names. In the folder structure, everything's going to be under native PC, and then I think it's ARC, and then PL, and here's all of the files. All the EP files and all the PL files are all in the same folder. So then if you get a mod for, say, Rebecca, you're going to replace those files. And if the mod only has the PL file, that means when they play out in the cutscenes, they're going to look like their default in-game character, because you need to replace both to have both the player model and the cutscenes match. And not all outfit mods include both, but most do. So that's how you get there. Native PC, ARC, PL, and then here they are. And like here, outfit mods, in my modding folder, I've made a shortcut to get directly to that folder. So that's what that first mod is there. It's just to give you the file names and what they relate to. A text file linked to my Google Drive. The next real graphical mod is called the Retcon Pack Outfits. Better Outfits, I called it over here. So this is what it looks like when you get the mod. You're going to have this, a README, a mod info file, which would show up if you're using Fluffy Mod Manager. I don't use it for this game. I do for Resident Evil 2, 3, Remake, 7, Resident Evil 8, all those I do. With this, I just basically manually replace the files. As a screenshot, you get new outfits. Well, not really so much new, just color adjusted outfits to be more looking how they should. Like Jill, for example. I said I was going to use the trainer mod for this game when I play, and I am. I'm only going to use the door skip portion for her. I think you're forced to pick what you want the character and the skin to be wearing, the outfit, when you use the trainer mod. So I'm still going to have to do it anyway, but I'm going to be playing as her default Stars model just because I like it. But by default in the remaster or the remake, it's more of a grayish outfit, I think. But it was legitimately actually supposed to look more blue in color. So this mod turns it back into that blue kind of prototype-ish intended color that they at the last minute changed it to something else, probably to work better maybe with the color schemes of the GameCube. I don't know. But this is not a wild changing mod. It tries to be canonical, however you would say it, to the series, but it might adjust eye colors, slight hair tones, outfit colors, but it's not really physically going to change too much of how it looks. It should look more to the realistic side of it. So native PC, ARC. This folder here, which you see is called ID. Let me get into it. And there's an EROM, introduction, and results. These files carry the graphics for the results screen of beating the game and one of the introduction screens of starting it, I think. So it's going to adjust those to match the colors of what they're changing the outfits to. That's what that grouping of files is. In the PL, here's all the EP, and let me get to it over here. There's 30 files total. Is there 30? I'm trying to highlight them all. There's only 27. PL99 is not in there. Let's look at our file. What is PL99? Man dead on the floor. The one in the residential sector that's dead from the bee stings. So that's because this mod does not update that file, which is okay. It's not a playable file anyway. So that's one of the missing files in the mod. 0AB, ABC. Just looking to see what it is. 20, 21. 0ABC. Because there's a couple of more files missing, right? Yeah. Okay. 21. So anyway, it's not that big a deal, but it replaces the majority. And that's the structure. And I'm linking to the Nexus mod. Makes adjustments to the default outfits to be more coherent and consistent. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. So I will be using this in my playthrough. Jill and Chris colors, different color options for normal outfits. Here's what you get when you download it. Picture. Try to zoom in here so we can get a good view. So here's a Chris set you get. Here's another set you get. Black front or a red front, red back. I think it says stars. The pictures are really dark, so it's hard to see. Yeah, so 2 sets here. Actually 3 sets. Blackish. It looks like 2 different red tones, maybe. We'll get to Jill in a minute. It's mainly Chris outfits. Blue, Chris. a brown more. This is probably the one that matches the default one the best, but it's just fine-tuned. This one's a black and gray, I think. This is gray. And then orange or whatever. And Jill, you get these two. This one's pretty cool. It's like the BSA outfit, I think, without the goggles and a red shirt instead. It's got a nice RE logo on the back, so it's a nice one. This one I don't really like. I just don't like the goggles covering the face and all these tattoos and stuff. Not into camo, whatever. So this is a nice set. I think it's reasonably new mod. When I play as Chris, I am going to use this one right here myself for my playthrough. Blue is my favorite color, and I like this one. It's got a nice stars logo on the back. A bunch of pouches on the front, rolled up sleeves. So my Chris will look like that, and my Jill is going to look like the Retcon Pack Stars default Jill, which is also a blue. Those are the two I'll use. And for like Barry, Wesker, all that, the Retcon Pack is what I'm going to use for their skins as well. So they have everything broken down here in the Jill and Chris colors by the colors and everything. So you go in there individually. There's a singular preview of the all pictures shot. And there's your native PC, ARC, PL. And so here, this gives you the player skin, but not the cutscene skin. So this is something you got to deal with when you use mods. So that covers that one. The next one is this upscale textures mod. This upscales around 600 textures, possibly more, in the game. Back up your RE1 folder before using the mod. Drag and drop native PC installation. Highly recommend this mod. Yes, I recommend this mod for sure. I don't have it here because I've already got it installed, but you're basically going to have a native PC folder when you get the mod, and you want to drag and drop it in here and let it replace everything, but you want to back up. You know, just go in here and take your folder and do _BAK. Then you'll have a backup of your original stuff in case you don't want to use it or you want to revert backwards. You can get this mod on the modder's main site that he's made for it, or you can get it on the Nexus. Either way, let me open it up here. He has the main mod, and then he released a 1.5, and then he released a 1.5a patch to fix a few things, but there's also the main version you download now as a fresh new user will include that. But here you can read and learn, see the updates that he made on it, look at screenshots so you can see the differences. I can show you here. Kind of a small picture to be able to tell. You can download these and zoom in on them, see them a little better, the original versus the upscale. You know, it looks hard to tell, like there's no difference, but it's just, you need to see it in game and you need to see it zoomed in. You can kind of see here, like, this is a little sharper. But anyway, I suggest you come look here. There's videos, here's the download. Here's his Nexus link. Yeah, it's a pretty big file, single RAR file. He's broken them up into 18 parts if you want to do it that way, or just get it all in one. Like I said, you can get it directly from here, or you can go to the Nexus. Maybe I can show you some better pictures here. Can't zoom. The pictures are dark. You can zoom a little. It's minor, but it's there. Trust me. So, files, updated files, yeah, standalone. So this one would be for new users, it gets you both 1.0, the base version of the game, and then 1.5, or the mod, and then 1.5a update. And it's going to be about a 9 gig file to download. So I highly recommend that, and I will put these links, and all these links will be in the description. I highly recommend it. And then the next option I have here is improved inventory icons. Native PC, ARC, ID, E_ROM, sub screen, I don't know, SCR. It's this file that you'll copy in and replace your original with. It basically just gives you improved icons in the inventory screens and whatnot, better quality looking. And that's on the Nexus mod. Provide the link for that. The next one is improved menu font. Native PC, ARC, ID, E_ROM, and then this folder, and then this file. So again, all of this stuff is going to start as a native PC folder. So it's in general a good idea to just back up your primary one first before you do any modding. And this one just makes the font look cleaner. I'm not sure the font offhand. You can go look. This video is already going to be long anyway, so it doesn't matter. This one is linked to the Resident Evil modding boards. This is an official modding board though, but there's a different variations here that you can get: Japanese, English. Try to look at this image. So kind of see the difference there. It just looks a little more prominent on the new one. It's a little cleaner. Trying to move it. New and old. So, you know, your mileage is going to vary with that. You may not like it, you may not want to use it. It's up to you. So you can download that from here. From the modding boards, yeah. Then this other one I've come across is for real weapon names on the Nexus. Native PC, ARC, ID, E_ROM, in-game common. And then all of these different write-outs for what the names are in the game will be updated with these files in your install folder. And we can take a look at that. Here's a screenshot. so you can kind of get an idea of what it will change. It does look like it adjusts the skins, not skins, but icons a little. I know this is just the different, yeah. Yeah, these are all different. Is there any more pictures? Nope, just the one picture. Replaces the fictitious weapon names with the real ones in inventory, compatible with all languages except Chinese. So yeah, there is that. That covers anything graphically. These are just things I will be using. I'm going to be using the upscaled textures. I'm going to be using all these improved things, player skins. These are just ones I use, and you may like to use. None of these mods in any of these videos. I'm not telling you you have to use them. Just giving you the option to. The next category of modding will be the audio. I think we covered everything here. Yep. So make sure you install normalized background music mod first if you want to use it. Which is the first mod we'll cover here. The normalized background music mod raises or lowers background music where it is needed to provide a more balanced audio level throughout the gameplay. In most cases, I think it probably raises audio or more than lowers it. But certain parts of the OST in the game or whatever people consider too low in volume or maybe too high, so this tries to take all those files and normalizes their volume levels so that nothing is too quiet, nothing's too loud. Native PC again, this time will be the sounds directory inside it. Background music, wave, and then these represent each area with a file in them. And there's 102 folders in here, so you need to update all those. And then also this movie folder. It adjusts those things as well for the credits and introduction video or whatever and all that. So you don't have to use this. I still recommend that you do. But I'm saying here that if you do intend to use this, make sure you apply this as your first audio mod, because some of these other mods to follow may not get implemented if you do them first. Like if you do, say, the Safe Room Music Collection mod or the Painting Puzzle Room mod. If you put that in first and then you use the normalized mod, it's highly likely it will overwrite it. So use this as the main base first and then overwrite with anything else. If you don't intend to use it, it doesn't matter. Skip to the next mod. This is going to be on the modding Resident Evil modding boards. This is not on the Nexus mods for some reason. It should be, but it isn't. The next mod will be the Painting Puzzle Room music mod. This is a room in the game that you get to where you have to solve a puzzle with paintings. And it's supposed to fix missing music in area. This is on the Nexus. So we can look here. Original RE Remake music removed from final 2002 release, and I assume the remastered version. And this mod music triggers when puzzle solved correctly. Definitely going to use this, thanks. So there's not a lot of people using it, but it's there. So it's supposed to fix that or include something that's missing. And that one is Native PC, ARC PC, Sound, SE, English, R1. And it's this single R117.arc. And that's what you would need to replace in your stuff to utilize that mod. The next one here is Safe Room Music Collection. This is a mod the user Zykar made and that I edited and added to with his approval to do so. I just fixed a few things and added some stuff because he really wasn't interested anymore in maintaining it. I'm not really maintaining it either, but so he has a how to install text with the songs, the safe room music in the game. Be aware it's almost 1 gig .rar file, but there's nothing I can do about the file formats Capcom decides to use for their games. So that's here. Yeah, 905 megs. This is going to be on my Google Drive as Safe Room Music Collection.rar. So when you go into it, here's how to install. This is his write-up, not mine. Basically here, there's the path. Native PC sound, background music wave, sound 30 SG31 represents the music you hear when you're in the safe room. And these are all the options you get with the clean, normal default included also. So if you liked Resident Evil 5 safe room, go to Resident Evil 5. There's the SG31, replace it into your file, and you'll have that in all the safe rooms. If you like Code Veronica's, here's an example. See Evil Within. Probably get copyright for that. Silent Hill 1. Silent Hill 2. So yeah, you got all kinds of choices here. If you are tired of hearing the default music, which in the case of the gameplay and me presenting this on my channel, I'm going to be using the original safe room music. So they're all SG31 .sngw files. And I went back in. I made all of these at least a 10-minute loop because the original, as you see here, it's only a 39-second loop, and then it stops, and you have to leave the room, come back in to reset it if you wanted to hear the music more. So I've made them all at least 10 minutes long, so that way if you spend 10 minutes in the save room doing your item boxing stuff and everything, saving your game, you get 10 minutes time before you would have to walk out to reset the song. So I've adjusted the length they play, and I also went in and basically normalized all of these as well. Set the decibel dB range for all of these to about 90 or something, the same. Because like Silent Hill 2 was like extremely loud and was clipping the audio and everything, and was kind of distorted. So I added in a few things like Resident Evil 8. I put in its theme, and Resident Evil 7 I think I added. So yeah, I thought that I did make this one a 10-minute loop, but I guess I didn't. So there's not a 10-minute version of the original, just the original. Everything else should be 10 minutes long. So that is that file. So here's a link to my edit on the original post. My name is Ascendo on the post forums for Resident Evil. So scroll to my post that starts off with me saying, here's an edit of the save room music mod by @Zyger. So this will take you to that post, and then I'm also putting this mod, a direct link on my Google Drive. So if you just want to get it directly from my Google Drive, you can get it here as well. And you will end up with this file, the safe room music collection.rar. That's 905 megs, about a gig. Okay, so the next mod for audio is not so loud clock or dining room clock. This lowers the volume a little on the clock ticking in the dining room. That's all it does. And it's a mod that's on the Resident Evil modding boards. Small, simple mod. Sound, BGM, wave, SG01, SG01.SNGW. So it's basically that. It's just a couple of second loop of that ticking that it does, but a little quieter, so it's not as annoying. Considering you got to go in and out of that room a lot. Then we got the classic Jill Sandwich line from the original PS1 game. Brings back the classic Barry Burton line, leaves all other dialogue alone. Jill Sandwich line, native PC, sound, event, English, R109, wave, R109_02_01. I'm not going to play it to not spoil it for the few that's not ever heard it. But this changes, because in the remake, remaster, they changed it. The dialogue's different. It's not there. Yeah, but this puts the original version from PS1 back into the dialogue, and it fits in well and sounds fine, and it doesn't change anything else. So that's included here on Resident Evil modding boards. And then I have two voice options for the voice spoken dialogue in the game to be the original English. So if you don't like the remakes, you can hear the original PlayStation 1's dialogue. Of course, the lip sync and all that is not going to, in any shape, form, or fashion, match, because they're speaking the remake dialogue against a dialogue that uses different words from the original. And then I also have provided the remake dialogue, not the original PlayStation 1 dialogue, but the remake's dialogue in Japanese form, if you would like to change that, play the English version of the game, but have, because then you could still have, I guess, English subtitles, but hear it in Japanese, which would be actually kind of cool. I'm not going to do that on this playthrough. I'm just going to be playing with English subtitles and English voices. So oddly, the original English line mod is on the Resident Evil modding board, but the remake Japanese dialogue is here on the Nexus. And one person did comment, I think, on this one. Let's check that out. Japanese voice pack for English Steam version of game. This is Japanese voice pack similar to RE0 mod. So I guess he's got it for that game too. But this poster said, sorry, but this doesn't work. The intro cutscene works well, but just after the intro survival horror texted game crashes on Chris Redfield. It says it can't open a certain resource. I copied the right things at the right place. So, and he hasn't responded, and this is an old mod at this point, so it may not even work. I haven't tested it. I'm just providing the link to it. So that should cover all of those. The tech and config, the graphics, the audio. Show this file in gameplay video. Okay, so I'll put this in the video and I'll show it here too. I'm going to include these. A link to a difficulty mode text file. I guess I can show them to you as well. Explanation of the modes in the game. This is going to go to my Google Drive, just to a text file. And it just gives you a breakdown of the difficulties in the game as the original 3 difficulties, they're not set in a way that makes them understood easily, especially by new players. So you'll have 3 different modes you start with. One that talks about mountain climbing, one that talks about hiking, and one that talks about walking, in this order. And those orders are normal, easy, and very easy. So the last one is the easiest mode. The top one is normal mode. But it's also worth saying that in this particular game, considering how they've made the difficulty, it's a difficult game, especially on your first playthrough. And it doesn't play the same as like Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil 4, games like that. It plays like the classics. So in this game, really, I would say that the easy hiking mode is really the normal mode of this game. And the normal mountain climbing mode is really the hard mode of this game. So think of normal as hard difficulty and easy as actual normal mode. I've actually debated about whether I want to play this on normal or easy, as I have experience with this game, but I'm not like a master at this game. So I'm probably going to play on normal. But if it's your very first playthrough of this game, you're not good at these kinds of games in the first place, maybe, there's no shame in playing this on the hiking difficulty on easy, because you're technically playing it on normal, based on just the difficulties and the scalings of the difficulties in this game. Very easy will be too easy, though, in my opinion. And then later you will unlock hard mode by beating the game once on any difficulty, and then real survival by beating the game on normal mode. So hard mode is hard, but kind of like extra hard. And then real survivor is the hardest difficulty and extremely hard. So it just gives you a link here to the breakdown of the difficulties. And here's another link to my Google Drive text file talking about all the different unlocks in the game, the costumes, the weapons, etc. Here's what that shows. Game modes. Hard mode, beat the game on any difficulty. Real survival, complete normal mode. Item boxes are no longer connected or linked to each other. They all will have different things depending on what you put in them. And then weapon aiming is manual. There's no auto-locking in that mode on real survival. And then the one dangerous zombie, complete normal mode with Jill and Chris on the same save file. Be aware, if you unlock ODZ or one dangerous zombie, you can't disable this mode, which is a real pain in the ass if you ask me. The only way to avoid this mode is to not meet the requirements on the same save file. I would suggest making a save file for Jill runs and a save file for Chris separately. Then there's invisible mode, complete real survival mode, or normal or hard mode with Jill and Chris. All enemies are invisible. I'll never be that good at this game to clear this mode. If you think you are, then good luck. So the weapons it unlocks is the Samurai Edge, beat normal or hard mode in under 5 hours. And the anti-tank rocket launcher, beat normal or hard mode in under 3 hours. And then the costumes, when you beat the game on any difficulty, you're given the closet key. And then, based on what you do here, complete the game on any difficulty, complete the game twice on any difficulty will get you these 2 Jill outfits, and the same with Chris. You'll get a military gear outfit based on Connor, what's her name? I can't think of her name. And Terminator 1. An outfit based on that. Then you get the RE3 skirt outfit. Chris, you get Rebecca also gets a alternative costume. I think it's a cowgirl outfit or something when you play with Chris. Because with Jill you play with Barry, and with Chris you play with Rebecca. But I don't think Barry has any custom outfits, but Rebecca does. And then you get a Code Veronica X outfit Chris wore. So those are the costumes, the weapons, and the modes that unlock. just a link to that. And then VJolt mixture, how to make it. This is something, another text file link to my Google Drive. This is something you'll encounter when you play with Jill, not with Chris. It's written on the walls in the game, but this gives you an easy reference of how to create VJolt, line by line, which I'll be referencing when I play because I don't have it memorized either. And here are two IGN guides for Jill and Chris, which I will be kind of referencing. And it gives you basics to walk through. Let's see where it starts. Right. So yeah, there's a walkthrough. Didn't mean to click that. Didn't mean to go that far back. If you kick this little menu out, then you can see stuff over here that you can get into. So like walk through Jill Mansion, Jill Residence. Same with Chris. So this gives you those two guides to reference if you want to keep yourself on track. And then maps, these will be on my Google Drive as well. Shows which keys you can use on the doors in the mansions. I'll show you briefly what that looks like. So it just takes you into a folder, into my Google Drive. And I have 2 maps for the armor key, 3 for the helmet, 1 for the shield, and 2 for the sword. So if you say, I want to know what key, what doors the helmet key opens, open this. And they're notated on here. It says up here which key you're looking at, and then the pink arrow points to the door that it can be used on. So this is right in the entry mansion when you start the game. The dining room's over here. But off to the right, the topmost door, this is where you can come into once you get the helmet key in this case. So you can just cycle through the images here. So 2 more doors on the 2nd floor. Because these are not indicated. Like when you play Resident Evil 7, it shows you a little icon to let you know which kind of door you need to unlock with a key, but in this game they don't. So that's what this does. It just shows you points, arrow pointing to the different doors based on the keys in the first part of the mansion. So it'll be helpful for you to reference. But I'm going to put these links and everything all in the first gameplay video of the series. So part 1 of the gameplay series. I'm not going to put these into the modding video here as they don't really apply to mods, but they'll appear in the gameplay video's description so you can access all of those things. And we'll finish this video by going into the game. I will show you how to use the trainer, and we'll be getting into the gameplay video in the next video after this. So this video ran a little long, but this is an involved game series. And if you're interested in all this, I hope it's helped you in some way or you learned some new stuff. So I'm going to do a quick edit here in this video, and we'll see you in the game to look at a few other things. Thank you. Hello everybody. Welcome to the in-game modding video portion for Resident Evil 1 Remake, Remaster. So the trainer we're going to discuss first here. Basically what you want to do is you can open the trainer first and then run the game. And once you get to this screen, where you're basically in your option screen here, you can have the trainer running first, get to this point, and then Alt-Tab out, adjust the trainer settings, save them, come back into the game, and then load or start your game, and then what you've adjusted in the trainer will take effect. The other option is to load the game first, get into the menu, and then Alt-Tab out, which is what I'm going to do. And don't have my stuff visible here that I need visible, of course. So you'll go to your trainer wherever you put this. You don't have to put this in the game directory or anything like that. It can go wherever you want. So the game's running down here. I'm going to double click this. It's probably going to ask you, are you sure? And say yes. It's just administrator privileges. And the screen will pop up. It's a blinding white screen. Now, if the game is not running, it's going to tell you up here the game is not running. This is going to be grayed out. You're not going to be able to change or configure anything. If it's already running, then it will look like this. So in my case, we're going to be playing Jill. You want to come here and make sure that you're on Jill for character and Jill for story. You can do weird stuff like look like Jill but be playing Chris's story, or vice versa. You can flip story modes in the character that's in the story. But if you just want to play as Jill, you just want to play as Chris, pick both to match, and then pick the outfit that you want to force into the game, regardless of the one that you start with, which is why I'm using this trainer, essentially, is for this option, because I don't have a save anymore where I've unlocked all of these things. In the case of Jill's playthrough, I wanted to use stars anyway, which wouldn't matter, but I'm going to force it onto stars. I want to use her default outfit. I don't want to use any of the other ones or mods. And with Chris, I am going to be using an outfit that is a mod. Let me switch to him. It's the vest mod I'm going to be using, so I will be enabling this for him in the playthrough because I want to use that particular outfit. So that's what you would do for the characters, and then the outfits. And you can do other weird stuff like heal your player, make your character larger or quicker, do stage swapping where you can like pick the level you want to be on. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do here. Fix missing files. The modder described it in the trainer. Let me look. Just biohazard. Here's the trainer mod. He says here, trainer's been updated 106. It works for version 106 and 1.110 of supported game. Yeah, don't forget to check fix missing files if you're going to swap your character or stage, which I'm not going to be doing. So I don't intend to use this option. And of course I don't want invincibility or freezing health. Here's the door hack, which we will use for this display purposes. But here's all the other things you can do. Save without using ribbons, check to win. You just click this and you're at the frickin' credit screen. FPS boost, I'm not really sure what that does or how it works, so I'm not using it. I don't need to anyway. And then you can adjust things like your time, your kills, how many shots, how many heals, how many saves. Click save when you do all that and get it done. These are actually 3 different category windows. This is not all you have access to. Click on inventory and then you can like force items to be visible into a particular slot. You can change ammo totals. This is what a trainer is. You know, you have options, all these optional choices for things you can do. And then for hotkeys, like if you wanted to turn the skip doors mod on and off, you can use a hotkey to do it. And you can either get a sound or a speaking skip doors, say, if you use hotkeys. I'm not going to use hotkeys for anything, so I don't have this checked, and I don't care what they are. But you can do that. You can turn invincibility on or off, or walking through walls, you know, in real time. But when I play with Jill, I'm going to be using Jill, and stars, and only the door skip hack. So when you got everything the way you want it, click Save, say yes. You still have to keep this running for the changes to take effect, because basically every time you go through a door or a load, that's when these take effect. So minimize that, go back into the game, and then you would start or load your game. And I'm going to do a quick, another quick edit cut here, and we're going to be in the game, and I will show you what things look like. Hello everybody, welcome to the in-game portion here, where I'm going to talk about the door skipping and all that. The trainer. So right now I have this outfit forced, which it would be by default anyway, but this is the bluer model outfit from the Retcon pack. So it's more blue than gray. And I do have the door skip mod active in the trainer. And I would also recommend that you do play this in full screen, but once you have the trainer configured the way you want it, it's best to run the trainer first and then run the game, and then that way you don't have to alt-tab out, because I am noticing and having the game crash on me if I run this trainer, and once you're already in the game, alt-tab out to try to change something, it just crashes. So you really don't want to alt-tab or come out of the game at all in general, and especially with using the trainer. But any changes you make with the trainer, they will get updated when you transition through a door, or obviously if you load the save back. But yeah, my recommendation is run the trainer, configure it, save your settings, and leave it open, and then start the game, and then your settings will just be in effect. That is the best way to hopefully have the game not crash and be stable. You can also try running the game in windowed mode. You might be able to alt-tab that way, but in general I don't recommend putting games in windowed mode if you can avoid it. So we're going to go here. I'm just going to skip this cutscene when it starts. So now you'll be able to see how quick the door opens versus normal. So that's how quick it is. You don't really have an animation of the door moving, it's just you're seeing it real quick. It's just like it's sped up. So that's all I really wanted to show here in this video. I just wanted you to see the speed difference from normal, and then I am going to edit this video here, do another quick cut, because I have to exit the game to apply the other door skip, and I want to show you the alternative standalone door skip mod and how it functions. So I'm going to edit cut here, and we'll see you there. Hello everybody, welcome back to the next part in the in-game section for modding, where I want to show an example of the standalone door skip mod. I'm not using the trainer right now at all, it's not active. We're going to go through the door here and you can see how it works. So no sound and just a black screen. It seems as if it's about as quick as the trainer's door function. And then of course you know how the original looks. So just decide if you want no sound, black screen, or if you want sound and quick door animation. So that's the difference in between the door skip mods. And I wanted to reiterate again about the trainer. I usually don't ever use trainers in any games, and I definitely don't use them to cheat, as in the sense of, you know, invincibility or unlimited ammo, and I'm not going to do that in this game with it. Simply using it so that I can use outfits that I want to wear, and it just so happens that it also has a decent door skip mod in it, and I prefer using the door skip mod that shows the door a little bit instead of just the black screen. So that's my reasoning to use the trainer. I haven't recorded gameplay footage and all that using this trainer before. That's not true. I think I have actually used it on one playthrough. But I'll be using the trainer. I'm going to be using the mouse hiding auto hotkey thing. The different mods I've gone over. I'm starting with a clean save, which means we're not going to have the one dangerous zombie or all the other modes unlocked. And I do intend to play this game first with Jill on normal, which would be the mountain climbing mode, the first option. The middle one would be easy, and then the third last one would be the very easy mode, which I think very easy was added into just the remake. And after I get done with Jill, I intend to play through as Chris on normal as well, which I have never beaten this game as Chris. I mean, I've seen his ending and seen his interactions with Rebecca, so it's not going to be nothing new to me, but I haven't actually beat it with Chris. So I would like to do both Jill and Chris playthroughs. I don't know if I will do Chris immediately after I play Jill's playthrough, but I probably will do it pretty close, just so you know, I'm brushed up on the game and everything. So that'll cover this video and all of the informational videos now. And in the next video, we'll be getting into the game proper and starting the first gameplay. So I hope all of this has helped you, the config and tech modding videos. If you have any questions, anything I said wrong or needs to be corrected, I don't mind you correcting me. I'm not going to get everything right every time, but if you need any more help, just ask me in the description of the video and I'll try to help you out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.